During the final stages of the Second World War, military engineering crossed the fine line between strategic brilliance and utter desperation. Armor thickness was no longer measured in centimeters, but in foot-long slabs of hardened steel. Guns weren't designed just to penetrate armor, they were designed to obliterate concrete fortifications in a single blow. This arms race produced two of the most bizarre, terrifying, and ultimately useless machines ever built: Nazi Germany's 188-ton Panzer VIII Maus and Britain's 78-ton A39 Tortoise. Both were conceived to solve the same problem: how to breach unbreakable defense lines without being destroyed. But both turned into mechanical nightmares that broke roads, collapsed bridges, and tested the absolute limits of physics. Today, we look at the clash of the super-heavy titans and why these steel leviathans were doomed before they ever fired a shot in anger. To understand the Maus, you have to understand the mind of Ferdinand Porsche and Adolf Hitler's obsession with superweapons. In 1942, Hitler ordered the creation of an indestructible 100-ton breakthrough tank. Porsche, never one to hold back, took that requirement and nearly doubled it. The result was the Panzer VIII Maus, weighing a staggering 188 metric tons. It was less of a tank and more of a mobile coastal fortress. Its frontal armor was up to 220 millimeters thick, making it impervious to virtually every anti-tank gun in the Allied arsenal at the time. Its firepower was equally absurd. The main turret housed a massive 128mm Kobe K-44 gun, capable of destroying Allied armor from miles away, paired with a secondary 75mm gun for softer targets. But 188 tons came with a fatal catch: physics. The Maus was so heavy that almost no bridge in Europe could support its weight. German engineers had to devise a radical solution. The Maus was made completely watertight and fitted with a long snorkel system, allowing it to drive along riverbeds fully submerged while receiving power via a cable connected to a second Maus standing on the riverbank. In reality, the hybrid internal combustion electric engine struggled to push the beast past 12 kilometers per hour. Fuel consumption was astronomical and mechanical failures were constant. Only 2 prototypes were ever built, and when Soviet troops advanced on the Kummersdorf testing ground in 1945, German forces destroyed them to prevent capture. While Germany was constructing its land battleship, Britain faced a different problem: how to punch through Germany's formidable Siegfried Line. Their answer? The A39 Tortoise heavy assault gun. Unlike the Maus, the Tortoise lacked a rotating turret. Instead, it was designed as a casemate assault vehicle, a 78-ton moving bunker built specifically to absorb heavy punishment while destroying concrete bunkers. Its front armor reached up to 228 millimeters of solid cast steel. Armed with the powerful Ordnance QF-30C pounder gun, the Tortoise could punch through heavy German bunkers with surgical precision. But just like its German counterpart, the British Turtle was a victim of its own weight. Transporting a 78-ton machine was an operational nightmare. During post-war trials in Germany, the Tortoise broke civilian roads simply traveling to its destination. It required specialized, heavy transporters just to move between sites, and its top speed of just 19 kilometers per hour meant it was painfully slow. If these two monsters had met on the battlefield, what would have happened? On paper, the Maus had the advantage of a rotating turret and heavier armament. The Tortoise had lower-profile armor and a faster-firing gun. But in reality, neither tank stood a chance in modern warfare. By 1944 and 1945, the era of massive, slow-moving land fortresses was over. Both machines were sitting ducks for Allied and German air superiority. A single ground attack aircraft armed with rockets or heavy bombs could disable their tracks or engines, rendering millions of operational hours useless in seconds. Neither the Maus nor the Tortoise ever saw real combat. By the time their prototypes were completed, the war had moved past them. The future of armored warfare belonged not to super-heavy monsters, but to agile, versatile main battle tanks like the Centurion and the T-54. Today, the single surviving Maus stands silently at the Kubinka Tank Museum in Russia, while the Tortoise resides at the Bovington Tank Museum in the UK. They remain permanent reminders of an era when engineering ambition detached completely from reality. Which of these heavy monsters do you think was the most absurd design? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to The Dead Know the Truth for more forgotten history and military anomalies. Thanks for watching.